on, everyone? It's Mike back again here, part of the Blue Boys Network. And in demand from you guys, we've brought back Pops. Pops, say hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
So what I thought we'd do is just get together.
What I can't understand is, now, somebody please help me out here. What I can't understand is, why do you want me?
You need someone to laugh at.
Well, that's fair enough then.
I think they're looking to replace John, to be honest. Right, so what I thought we'd do is get the three of us together and have a little bit of a mass debate regarding what's going on at the minute, Everton Football Club, transfers, the Liverpool derby, not a full match preview because John's doing it tomorrow, but also it's important to get Dad in on the videos because Dad is also going to be involved going forward, to which he didn't necessarily know about until I've just told him, so we, you know, poor bastard. So, right, gents, let's just talk about what the current situation at Everton Football Club. Obviously, Everton, back in March, agreed that their staff would take such a deferment in payment. It's obviously looked good for Everton, and we're going back into the games. We're sort of getting back into it. How do you think the summer's going to go for Everton? I'll start with you, Dad.
All right. Well, I've got to be honest with you. For a start off, I don't want the season to resume. And I'm not being spiteful against the neighbours across the park. To me, it's pure common sense. In the summer, well, depends when it starts. Because as far as I'm aware, nobody has given any guidelines now for transfer windows to open.
Yeah, I think that's right. I thought John was going to chip in there because he seemed to move his shoulder, and I thought that's an aggressive manner, but he didn't fucking bother. Yeah, I mean, Dad, I think that's a fair shout, and obviously with certain contracts being extended, yeah, when does the transfer window start? Do we know, John? Do you know when the transfer window starts?
Well, apparently, it's going to start in August, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to prolong it so it goes on till October. So obviously clubs will be able to get themselves sorted financially, be able to see how much they'll have to spend, who they want to bring in, because the transfer rumours have gone a bit quiet now. The transfer rumours were flying around when there was no football whatsoever. Now you've had La Liga that started, now you've had the Bundesliga that started up again. The transfer rumours have gone quiet, but what I will say about Everton, the players that Everton are getting linked with, it's the same sort of players since day one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Before we do start talking about it, I've just seen something before I come on. A player that Everton have been linked with is Højbjerg from Southampton.
Yeah.
Basically, it says Southampton have removed the captaincy from Pierre-Emile Højbjerg as of the club because he has stated in public that he wants to leave and play at a higher level. Now, the higher level will probably be someone in the Premier League. Apparently, he wants to stay in the Premier League. Everton have been linked with him. This goes back to what I've said about I want players who are consistently playing in top four teams who can make Everton better. Would Højbjerg improve Everton from... Listen, I'm not dissing Southampton here. Southampton are a good football club. But Everton were linked with this player. Today has come out. The captaincy has been removed from him. So you may start seeing rumours regarding this player coming to Everton now. Talking about when the transfers will start, listen, no one knows. No, we don't even know if the season's going to start when it should in August. So, you know, let's see what they say about when the season's going to start again, when this one's finished. And we will then have more of an idea when, from and to the transfer window's going to run. Yeah,
I think that's a fair comment. And
to be honest,
who knows?
To be honest, if we're going to restart the season now behind closed doors, fair enough. But if the season's going to start in August, how are the players going to have the time to recover? Because they're not.
Well, I mean, they've had, by the time Everton and Liverpool play on Sunday, the Everton players and Liverpool players will have had 103 days off.
Yeah.
So, they have had a break. Yet, it's not the break that they've wanted.
Everybody wants, no.
You know, the players want a break where they can go on holiday with their families and you know, not have to train for a couple of weeks, you know, and just relax, just chill, basically have a few drinks, take the kids away. While they've been in the lockdown, they have been keeping themselves fit. They've all been given a programme. So, listen, they have had a break. I don't think the break will be as long, and I think the FA and the Premier League will take that into account.
Yeah, I think that's fair. One of the things that I wanted to just mention on, and you mentioned Højbjerg and you mentioned Southampton.
Is the replacement for Schneiderlin?
Well, I don't give a shit if we don't replace him. I mean, I ain't being funny, Dad. You could replace him. So, I mean, I don't give a shit. One of the most important things I just want to discuss very quickly, just briefly, is if you want one of these mugs, they're currently on sale on our website. So go over there, go and get yourself a mug. Go and get yourself a mug. I've dropped a discount code in saying Prem is back. You get 15% off just to plug the fucking merch there. Mentioning Højbjerg then. And you discussed him, and obviously, Dad, you've just mentioned about does he improve us, or you know, is he a replacement for Schneiderlin? For me, the price that Southampton would want for Højbjerg is ridiculous. He's a player that I don't particularly rate. I don't really like him. What's your thoughts on him?
Same. No, I'm the same as you. To me, it's just a steady Eddie. He's not a makeup. You know, got to make you sit on the seat by your seat of the pants. It's just a steady Eddie. Nothing more, nothing less.
And
he's not taking us forwards where we're aspiring to be. Players like that doesn't take us to the next level, in my opinion. We have been linked with other midfielders. I'm going to mention them quickly.
Go on then. Do it. This is what we're waiting for, John. Come on, son. Come on.
Well, the first one.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm just going to stop you there. Can you all see that he's got his notes and his piece of paper? Honest to God, this man preps for every video possible. I want a massive shout out to John, because the man, ever since he's come on this channel, he's like Dad. They fucking sit there, they get prepped, they get ready, they get engaged, and there's me just flying by the seat of my pants. So, John. Sorry to interrupt,
John, it's a round of applause for you from me.
That's it, and I've got a round of fingers for you. Yeah, John, crack on, son.
So basically, Alan has fell out with Gattuso. Now we've been linked, and we seem to mention Alan every video we do. Apparently, he's had a massive fallout with Gattuso at Napoli. Everton have inquired about him officially, but the price that Napoli are asking for is between 40 and 50 million euros. Now, I can't see Everton paying that after the situation we've been in with the lockdown. We don't know where clubs are financially. I think Everton are quite safe and sound financially, even coming out of you know, the virus and the lockdown that we've had. A lot of clubs will struggle. We've mentioned that. I think Everton will be okay, but I can't see them splashing between 40 and 50 million euros on Alan. You know, he's a good player. I don't think he's worth that. In my opinion, Everton may push for a loan deal for Alan.
I think that's what we need to do now because of the finances and the game sort of not being there.
I personally think, look, we discussed Alan. We've done Alan a lot. The issue I have with Alan is he doesn't play in the role that I want to recruit for. So he plays like a box-to-box, deep-lying midfielder. And well, no, more like a Schneiderlin. And it's deeper. God. It's just, for me, I want a player to replace Sigurdsson, not Schneiderlin. You know, for me, we've got the young lads, we've got Adrian, who I think should be getting straight in that team. You know, I would start Adrian over any of our midfielders, and this is what pisses me off with Everton, and it's a current thing. Everton's way of solving things over the last 4 years has been throw fucking money at it. It hasn't worked. Yet we've got players like Anthony Gordon, Adrian, who are quality players who have shown it and not getting on the pitch. Now, look, if we're going to be linked with players like Højbjerg, Allen, Garner, who are all defensive central midfielders, go and get me a signing who can stick the ball in the net 10 times for midfield. And Allen has not scored 10 goals for Napoli in 4 years. So for me, for anything more than 20 million, I'm not interested.
While we're on the subject of Napoli, just being sent something before to come on. We have been linked with Dries Mertens a couple of times in the last couple of months. He's now extended.
Give me that.
He's extended his contract at Napoli till 2022. So there's a player we won't be getting. He's the sort of player who's attacking-minded, who we need. He's the opposite to the likes of your Allen and your Garner. And as we've said in the past, he can play right across the midfield and push forward. Unfortunately now, he's a player we won't be getting.
You sounded like you're on Sky Sports then.
Well, you know, it won't be long before they're on the phone.
Tell him, man.
Is there any truth in the rumours that Jordan Pickford's on his way to Chelsea?
We can hope.
Yeah. We haven't heard nothing. Now, listen, there was a couple of links, Jordan Pickford going to Chelsea, and I did say I would drive him down to London in my taxi for free. We were linked with, is it Donnarumma, I think, around the same time. Now, if Jordan Pickford goes to Chelsea, I would have no problem with Jordan Pickford leaving Everton Football Club. If we can replace him with the goal, someone in the mould who I've just mentioned, he's commanding in the box. He's a big keeper. He's a good shot stopper. He'll come out for crosses. He's good one-on-one. He makes himself big. That's the sort of goalkeeper we need. And again, going back to Twitter, we played the other night, and he was in goal, and he had an absolute whale. You know what I mean? Michael, you'll vouch for that. You know, couldn't score past him. I wouldn't have no problem with Jordan Pickford leaving. What would Jordan Pickford cost? 35 million? 35 million?
About what we paid for him.
Yeah. I don't. To be honest, Rob, I don't think as a player he's improved much since he's been in.
I think he's got worse. Yeah. For me, and I hate going back to it. And there's a lot of Liverpool fans that watch our videos and they comment and whatever, and they always take the piss out of his height. Now, Jordan Pickford, in my opinion, and I hate to say this, is too small. He is. The saves he could make when he gets his hand, that ordinarily he'd save. Now, I can't hold this against a guy who's 6'2". I can't. You can't do that. But what I will say is Jordan Pickford is a phenomenal shot stopper. But when he has to use his mind, use his head, he fucking falls apart. John, you went to that Legends night, and it's exactly what Neville Southall said. Exactly what he said. And obviously, if Neville was on the show right now, and I'd really like to introduce to you Neville Southall. Neville, come and take it. No, he's not here, really. I'm fucking with you. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't fucking happen. It just, for me, I want a player who mentally is fine. Joe Hart struggled, and I see Pickford in the same mould, and look where Joe Hart is.
As a goalkeeper, sorry, Rob, as a goalkeeper, you need to be more than just a shot stopper.
Yeah.
You know,
as somebody who played there, I know that bit.
Yeah, you know, so I'll rattle my things off first, and then obviously, so from a very good
thing you'll be rattling.
So from a very good source on Twitter, who first reported Carlo Ancelotti's move to Everton, Nicola Shearer has today tweeted, Gabriel Magalhaes' agent has confirmed Everton and Napoli have both put a bid in for the Lille centre-back, and the two clubs are waiting for Lille to get back to them. Rob, me and Mike have spoken enough about this. In your opinion, don't know how much you've seen of him, does Magalhaes come straight to Everton Football Club and slot straight in? Does he improve our defence? No end.
Not certain. I have issues with players who come from abroad, because they come into a different country, different culture. It takes them time to settle down. which is why I'm not certain. Yes, we do need another central defender because, for me, I think Michael Keane's game has stagnated.
Yeah.
And we've got Mina, injury-prone Mina again. To be honest, he's got to be given the chance. So I would have him on loan. Would I? Do I think he would actually improve the defence? I'm not certain. I'd have Kurt Zuma back any day.
The fee that they want for him is between 22 and 30 million. Now, that was first reported on the 20th of May. We're now on the 17th of June. This rumour is rolling on and on and on. So obviously there's some truth in it. Now it's come out today. There is a bid in for him. For me, there's one centre-back at the club who fills me with confidence every week, and that's it, and that's Mason Holgate.
Yeah.
He's the only one who will fill me with confidence.
Yeah, again, look, I think, Dad, your point regarding Magalos is spot on. It's the same thing I said to you, John, a couple of weeks ago, signing players from especially the French league, where there is only one team that's going to test you at top level, or maybe two. But look, Magalos is a player that is quick, he's strong, and he's mobile. He adapted, because I think he's Brazilian, isn't he, John?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So he's adapted to France. Now, I'm going to say it's a bigger step football in terms to adapt from Brazil to France, for France to England. I think coming to England from anywhere is the biggest change in a man's career in a footballing game, because of the pace, because of the physicality, and because of the quality you're up against. For me, Magalos is young enough to be able to adapt.
Guys, I'm going to get visited by a cat.
It's fine, Dad. You enjoy your pussy. What I think's important with Magalos is if he is going to come in, we've got to bring in some of that experience. We've got to bring in someone like a Thiago Silva, someone like it would be great to have someone like Jagielka at the club just to support them and bed them in. And that's why it's important that we just keep Leighton Baines, and he can help with the moulding of these younger players coming in, because it's fine getting an older player from abroad to a degree because they're a bit wiser, a little bit more calm. Getting younger players is a bit of a risk, and we've seen it with Moise Keane. For me, Magalos, £22 million, I snap your hand off. But he doesn't necessarily start week one.
No.
Todibo, we've been linked with as well. We've been linked with Todibo as well. I can only see us getting one or the other, either Todibo or Magalos, with the news that's broken.
Unless Michael Keane leaves. If he doesn't, then it will be one. Going back to the Thiago Silva you've just mentioned, him, which brought me on to him, he's now being told his contract won't be renewed. He's on £188,000 a week, and he has agreed that when he does move, if it's to Everton or wherever, he is going to take the pay cut. So, listen, we've spoke about this. He wants a 2-year contract. Apparently, Everton have offered him one with the option of another year. It's the experience Thiago Silva brings. If we can bring in a Thiago Silva, and Alan, and Rodriguez, there's 3 names that, we've said this before, dramatically improve our team straight away. Yeah, what I wanted to do was I just wanted to go through something just briefly while we're talking about Thiago Silva. You're gonna enjoy this. Right. So Everton are being linked. So me and you play FIFA, John. Yeah. Everton are being linked with the 7th highest rated defender in the entire game. And let me give you the names in front of him: Van Dijk, Sergio Ramos, Chiellini, Koulibaly, PK, Diego Godin, who we've also been linked with. And then Thiago Silva is alongside Laporte, Hummels, Alderweireld. Now, if you're telling me a name that sits in there, irrespective of age, does not improve that Everton team, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're looking at. Yes, he's 34 or 30-yard or whatever. Yes, he's a bit slower. But I'm telling you now, the man can read a game better than I would say 99.9% of the planet. So if we're going to sign Thiago Silva, if he wants 150 grand a week, I'll still sign him, because I'm telling you now, we're getting rid of the Schneiderlin. We're earning £7.5 million in total, including his wages. Pays for Thiago Silva. Job done. Job done. Bring him into our football club.
Well, if you look at also the other players who are going to go, you mentioned Schneiderlin, obviously the Prince Nias is on his way out as well. You've got Cuco Martina. We may not bring Sidibe back, so we're saving wages on that. There's no doubt Everton can go out and give players a good wage, players who improve us. So I don't think the financial side, as I've said, will affect Everton as much as some other clubs. But I just think it's good to be linked with players of this calibre. You know, the 6 players you mentioned before, listen, we're not going to get any of them. So then you go to the next best, which is Thiago Silva. But for him to be mentioned alongside them other 6, for me, improves the defence straight away.
Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. Who else is on that list of yours?
What I want to know is, if we're going to improve ourselves, if we're going to show some ambition, surely we should be going for those 6 above him. No reason why we can't go for them.
Well, do you know what? Me and John made this joke the other week, and we said, look, if Everton are really ballsy and they've got loads of money, why don't you just go to Liverpool and offer 180 million for Van Dijk? Just for the sheer bottle of it, just for the sheer banter. Now, I do get what you're saying. But I still think getting a centre-back that's rated in the top 10 in the world is a lot better than fucking Michael Keane from Burnley, fucking Jordan Pickford from Sunderland. Mason Holgate come through at Barnsley, but look, he's turned into a revelation. It's a definite step up. It's a definite step up in quality. So I look, fucking hell, I ain't going to be greedy. You offer me Thiago Silva, I'm fucking taking him.
And I'd also say, you mentioned Mason Holgate, and you talked about the midfield before. Mason Holgate's probably the best midfielder we've got when he plays.
It is. There. Mason Holgate is the best midfielder we have in the team. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, John, any other players on your list, mate, that you've got?
No, I just basically want to talk about the derby when you're ready to talk about that, but obviously we can go into that when you're ready. I've talked enough for now.
Yeah, we noticed that.
Go on then, Dad. You got anything to mention? Obviously, the stage is yours.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that we've got Mike Dean in charge of us, so we're definitely not going to win it. More than likely, we're going to lose it with a controversial decision. The VAR official, I do not know who it is, but it doesn't surprise me. Or Paul Turney, who we all know is a cop-out. So I'm confident that we'll get screwed over by the officials.
Yeah, I mean, well, as you say, Mike Dean's the referee. The last time he refereed the derby at Anfield, he sent Carlo Ancelotti off. Was it? He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And we got Dick 5-2.
No, that was Marco.
Oh, right, okay. His sons have season tickets at Anfield.
Yep.
And the VAR official is Chris Cavani.
Oh, God.
So just to get this right, and I really want to state this. So the 2 people that fucked us for the Man United game are going to fuck us for the Liverpool game, yeah?
Yeah, the bias, they're not even... Listen, I couldn't give a shit if the league doesn't start again this season. For me, you know...
I don't think it should.
Well, the thing is, there's players still testing positive now. There's so many... I think there was 8 in the EFL today, the Championship, whatever. But the thing is, they're not even hiding the bias anymore. I couldn't give a shit. They're going to win the league. It's tarnished. It's got an asterisk against it. I couldn't be asked if this season doesn't start again. I really, really couldn't. But they're not even trying to hide. And listen, Saltire will probably have a pop at me here. The Reds will. But I've said all along, this league should not be starting again. You know, the kids aren't even back in school. You know, the cinemas aren't open, but yet it's all right for football players to clash on the pitch, you know, and there's cameramen there. They're letting, there's something like, is it 500 people that are allowing into grounds? Listen, give them the trophy and just cancel the league. Honestly, God, I'd be more happy with that than the season starting again. And they're not hiding it. You know, Chris Cavani, Mike Riley, listen,
Mac
I'm going
D.
to do my match preview. I'm going to do my match preview tomorrow. But what I will say, in my opinion, we're going to get Dick 3-1 on Sunday, and that's my score prediction. We're getting beat, and I'll probably get shot down for that.
I'm going 2-1.
Well, I'll get shot down for it because I hate saying we're going to get beat. But listen, no one knows what it's going to be like. We'll see a bit more tonight how much the players are into it. You know, when the footy starts again tonight, but we don't know if the players are going to be up for it. I'd like to think Liverpool will be, because if Man City get beat tonight, Liverpool come in the league on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? So they don't need much more of an incentive. They know they've won it. The whole fucking world knows they're going to win it. Just give them it. Just give them it.
No,
Yeah.
I have to disagree with you on that one, John. Basically, because it has not mathematically been won, so I wouldn't give it to anybody. None of the divisional titles have been mathematically won. None of the relegations have been mathematically secured. None of the playoff places have been secured. I'd say start the season from scratch in August and cancel this one. End of. No silverware.
Listen, I totally agree with you. You know, cancel it and don't give them it. You know, that would be a perfect scenario. That would be a perfect scenario, but it's not going to happen because the Premier League, Sky, the media are doing their utmost to give them, to make them win it. And I tell you something now, it wouldn't surprise me if once they've officially won it, the league just gets cancelled.
Yeah.
If it was us in Liverpool's position, the season would have been cancelled a long time ago.
Exactly. Rob, if it was anybody else in Liverpool's position, anyone, the league would have been cancelled. Anyone. You've started me now.
Yes, that's it. Stop being so fucking bitter. Look, at the end of the day, right, and I commented this, and I'll share this comment with the world if they haven't read it, because I was proud of what I said. So somebody put, his name's Eddie, and to say he's an arsehole would be an understatement, but he basically said about me being a fat blummy and that I don't know much about football. So I basically come out and said to him that the stadium that Liverpool play in was built to be blue. It was our stadium. The foundation is blue. The bird on the badge was our original badge. And it is blue. The community that Liverpool fans live in is supported by Everton. So it is blue. So Liverpool may be the better team, but I am telling you right now, more people respect Everton than Liverpool, and Liverpool are irrelevant in most of their fans' lives. You are just a number. You're the equivalent. Any Liverpool fans here, you are the equivalent of a decimal. They don't even look at you for the amount of money that the club earn. They do not care. So for any Liverpool fans that do watch this, look, and I've got a lot of time for a lot of you. Saltire, we have a lot of banter. I've got a lot of time for you. And some of the others that come on here. But this one particular red shite said something that really pissed me off. And I cannot sit here and say that Liverpool have got morals, because I really struggle. I really struggle with Liverpool Football Club.
That message he sent you, what did he start it off with? What did he say about you?
Fat Brummer.
Well, how does he know you?
He watches what? John, I'm gonna fucking twat you. So anyway, John, you wanted to move on. So move on before I drive the 110 miles, come into your house and fucking knock you out on your son's bed right now.
No, basically, listen, the last thing I've got, a couple of notes that I put down. Carlo Ancelotti's confirmed that Gomez is fit for Sunday, barring any other injuries that we pick up. And, I can't believe how many injuries we've actually picked up without playing a game of full pace. We've picked a lot of injuries up. I don't know if it's the same for a lot of clubs. I haven't seen, they've had a long layoff. I'm not going to sit here and say Ancelotti's obviously working them too hard in training, but just makes me wonder the amount of injuries we have picked up in training since we've come back. It's good that Gomez is fit, because if Gomez wasn't going to make Sunday, I think we may have had a midfield of Tom Davis and Delph. I don't think Schneiderlin will play. Sigurdsson may be there, but listen, Gomez improves us for Sunday, but we're going to need more than him. I think it's going to be a tough game, and I'll be honest, I'm not expecting much out of it.
Fair enough. Dad, you got anything else to say? I've got to be honest, I'm all out. Apart from go onto our website, the link's below, and buy all of the stuff. We really appreciate it. And it means that I can buy a new laptop, which doesn't turn off halfway through these things, which would be absolutely immense. Anything to say, Dad?
Keep your heads up, folks. Just stay safe. That's all.
Lovely.
Yeah. And I'll be having a word with you about getting one of those mugs.
That's fine, Dad. That's fine. I've always been your mug. So I'll
I know that.
Michael!
Yes,
Michael!
Yeah.
Michael!
Yes, Mum. Yeah, cheers. Fucking hell, it's turned into fucking Friends Reunited over here. Right then, guys, I'm leaving it there. Have a fantastic one, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, chaps.